Hello student, in today's session we will discuss about the inversion of the kinematic chain. Okay, so what is the inversion of the kinematic chain? Here we have a sentence that by fixing a one link of the kinematic chain a mechanism is obtained. By fixing a different links different mechanism is obtained. If we consider, suppose this is my 4-bar chain mechanism in which it consists of, suppose this is a link number 1, this is link number 2, link number 3 and link number 4. Okay, by fixing any one link of this kinematic chain, okay, in this kinematic chain there are 4 links in which suppose we will fix this link suppose we will fix the link 1, we make the link 1 as a fix. Once we make the link 1 as a fix, then the mechanism is obtained, some mechanism is obtained, that is link 2, link 3, link 4. Then such type of the, by fixing any one link of the kinematic chain the mechanism is obtained, it's called as the inversion of the mechanism. Okay, means the method of obtaining a different mechanism by fixing the various link of the kinematic chain. By fixing a different link of the kinematic chain we obtain the different mechanism. Means suppose we fix the link 1, then we get the some mechanism, then we fix the link 2, then we will get the different mechanism. If we fix the link 3, then we will get the different mechanism, and if we fix the link 4, then we will obtain the different mechanism. Okay, so according to this, means if we fix any one of the link we will obtain the different links, then such type of the method or this method is called as the inversion of the mechanism. Inversion is the process of obtaining a different mechanism. What is mean by inversion? Inversion is the process of obtaining a different mechanism by fixing the different link of the kinematic chain. In kinematic chain we will fix the different links, and according to we will obtain the different mechanism, then it is called as the inversion of the mechanism. Okay, the mechanism is obtained by this method may be a different in appearance and the purpose for which they are used. Okay, means this is called as the inversion of mechanism. Then we will see the what are the different types of the mechanism. Okay, we have a 4-bar chain mechanism. All we know that the 4-bar chain mechanism means in which there are 4 links in 4 links. Suppose here is a 4-bar chain mechanism, link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. Okay, and here there are 4 joints A, B, C, D. There are 4 joints A, B, C, D, and all these joints are the turning joints. Okay, all these joints are turning joints. Then such type of the mechanism is called as the 4-bar mechanism, and 4-bar mechanism is called as the simple kinematic chain. In 4-bar mechanism there are 4 links, link 1, link 2. If we consider this image, in this image there are 4 links, link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4, and there are 4 joints A, B, C, D are the joints, and all the joints are the turning joints. Means there are 4 turning joints are present, or 4 turning pair are present. The length of this mechanism means in a 4-bar chain mechanism the length of each link is different. Okay, and as the length changes, according to this their purpose of the mechanism is go on changing, or we will obtain a different mechanism. Okay, so see here a 4-bar chain is the simplest. The 4-bar chain is the simplest and basic kinematic chain. It consists of 4 links A, B, C, D. Here are 4 links here are 4 links, link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. The length of the 4 links may be a different. The length of the 4-bar chain, in 4-bar chain the length will be a different. In a 4-bar chain the shortest link may make a complete revolution relative to the other 3 links. If we consider this 4-bar chain mechanism in which the link which having a shortest length which make the complete revolution, means it will complete the revolution, the link is called as a driver or a crank. Means the link which makes the complete revolution in a 4-bar chain mechanism, such link is called as the crank, or it is called as the driver of the link. Okay. Then there is the link which connects the crank and the lever is called as the coupler. First of all, we will see what is the lever. The link which makes the partial rotation or oscillation is called as the rocker or a lever. The link which makes the partial rotation or oscillation. If we consider the link 1, 2, 3, 4, in which link 1 is fixed, link 2 is called as the crank, link 4, the link which having the or which makes the partial revolution. If we consider here link 1, link 2, link 3, the link 4 will make the partial revolution or oscillation. That's why it is called as the lever or a rocker. And the link which connects the crank and the rocker or crank and the lever, such link is called as the coupler link. Here link 1 is fixed, link 2 is a crank, link 3 is a coupler, and link 4 is the rocker or a lever. Okay, in a 4-bar chain mechanism. Okay, so there are inversion of the 4-bar chain mechanism. What is mean by inversion? Inversion, the method of fixing any one link of the mechanism and obtain the different mechanism. Means if we consider this is a 4-bar chain mechanism, this is a link 1, link 2, link 3 and link 4, and if we make the any one link is fixed and obtain the mechanism, then such type or this method is called the inversion of the mechanism. Okay, in 4-bar chain mechanism there are a different type of the inversion is obtained. So we will see one by one the different type of the inversion of the 4-bar chain. Okay, the first one inversion of the 4-bar chain mechanism is called as a crank and lever mechanism or a beam engine. The first inversion of the 4-bar chain is the crank and lever mechanism, or it is also called as the beam engine. Okay, so the beam engine mechanism is the most popular example of the crank and lever mechanism. Means beam mechanism is also called as a crank and lever mechanism. The purpose of this mechanism is to convert the rotary motion into the reciprocating motion. Rotary motion into the reciprocating motion. See here, as it is an inversion of the 4-bar chain mechanism, so it must be contain of 4 different links. So what are the different links are present here? Here the frame or cylinder, it is a one part and it is called as link number 1. The frame and cylinder is the one part and it is called as the link number 1. Okay, link 2 is a crank, link 3 is called as a coupler. Okay, and this link number 4 or a lever is called as the link number 4. Okay, here we makes the link 1 as a fix. Here we makes the link 1 as a fix, and link 2 is called as the input link. Means we providing the input to the link number 2, or we call it as a crank. Okay, so crank will makes the complete revolution. If we give the input to the crank, it will make the complete revolution with the center A, and due to this complete revolution, this coupler link will oscillate and also this lever will be oscillate. Due to the rotation of the crank, the lever this lever means link number 4 is connected to the piston rod. This lever is connected to the piston rod and this piston rod is reciprocate into the cylinder. Okay, means when we given the input to the link 2 will rotate, and due to this rotation, this lever 4 or sorry link number 4, link 4 is called as a lever, it will oscillate with the center D, and this lever is connected to the piston rod, and due to oscillatory motion of this lever, this piston will reciprocate into this cylinder. That's why this lever and crank mechanism or beam engine mechanism is used to convert the rotary motion into the reciprocating motion. Okay. Now second inversion of the 4-bar chain mechanism is called as a double crank mechanism. The second inversion of the 4-bar mechanism is called as the double crank mechanism or coupling wheel of the locomotive. Here is also link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. It is a 4-bar chain mechanism, therefore it consists of 4 different links: link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. Okay, and what are the main things in this double crank mechanism is this mechanism means for transmitting the rotary motion from one wheel to the another wheel. This mechanism is used to transfer rotary motion of one wheel to the rotary motion of the another wheel. The example is in a train. In a train, there is a double crank mechanism is present. Okay. The coupled wheel of locomotive is an example of the double crank mechanism. Here, link AB is a crank, means link 2 will makes a complete revolution. Link BC is called as the coupler. Link CD is also called as the crank because the length of AB and length of the link AB and length of the link CD are same, and link AB is a fixed link. Link AB is a fixed link. In this mechanism, link AB and CD are in equal length. In this mechanism, link AB and CD are in equal lengths and acts as a crank. AB is equal to CD and it will be acts as a crank, and it is connected to the respective wheels. Means this link AB is connected to this wheel and this CD is connected to this wheel. Okay. Okay. Now, the link BC, in this case link BC is called as the coupler link, and link AD means link number 1 is a fixed link, and it is fixed in order to maintain the constant distance between the centers. Means we make the link AD as a fixed because to maintain the constant distance between these two center. The mechanism is used to transmit motion from one wheel to the another wheel. This type of the mechanism is used to transfer the rotary motion from one wheel to the another wheel. Okay. The next mechanism is a Watt indicator mechanism, or it is called as a Watt straight line mechanism. The third inversion of the 4-bar chain mechanism is the Watt indicator or a mechanism or a Watt straight line mechanism. Watt straight line mechanism. Here is an image, or this image shows a Watt indicator. It is also called as the double lever mechanism. First mechanism is a double crank mechanism. Here is double lever mechanism. We will discuss this one by one. So here, indicator cylinder. This cylinder is a fixed link. Okay, and here is also one pivot, so it is also fixed. Then this A to C, this link A to C is a link number 2. This link C to P is a link number 3, and this B to E and E to D is a link number 4, which it consists of 4 links. The first link, the link 1 is a indicator cylinder which is fixed. Link 2 is A to C. Link 2 is A to C. Link 3 is C to P, and this BED. This BED is called as the link number 4. Okay, in this mechanism, this indicator cylinder or link A is a fixed, link ABC, then link CDP and BED. These are the 4 different links. Here the point E, this point E is connected to the pistons. This point E is connected to the pistons, and this piston will reciprocate in the cylinder. It will reciprocate and in the cylinder, and its displacement, the displacement of this point E is directly proportional to the gas or steam pressure into the cylinder. Means here is steam is present, and due to this steam pressure, this piston will move up and down, or it will make the reciprocatory motion, and due to this reciprocatory motion, the other link will move on any small displacement of the point E. Any small displacement on the point E, the point P will, here is a point P with track the approximately straight line. Means when this piston is move up and down, or it will make the reciprocatory motion due to steam present inside the cylinder. Okay, this point E will be a move, and as E is moved, according to this point P is also move, and the motion of this point P is the approximately straight line mechanism. That's why it is called as a Watt indicator or a Watt straight line mechanism. Okay, here indicator link is fixed, and due to the pressure inside the cylinder, this point E will be a move, and as E is moved, this point P will move up and down, but the motion of the point is approximately straight line. Okay, so this is the third inversion of the 4-bar mechanism. There are 3 types of the inversion of the 4-bar mechanism. The first one is called as crank and lever. First one is called the crank and lever mechanism. Second one is called as the double crank mechanism, and third one is called the double lever mechanism. Okay, so these are the 3 different inversion of the 4-bar chain mechanism. Okay, now we will discuss about the single slider crank mechanism. As a 4-bar chain mechanism, there is a one symmetric mechanism is present. It's called as a single slider crank mechanism. It also consists of a 4 link. Here link 1 is fixed, so see this fix is called as a link number 1. It is also fixed. Then link AB, or here is a link AB is called as link number 2. Link B to C is called as a link number 3, and this slider is called as a link number 4. See here they given link 1 is a frame and cylinder. This frame and this cylinder is the link number 1. Link 2 is a crank. This length AB, or this is called as a crank. This is a link 2. Link 3 is a connecting rod. B to C is called as the connecting rod, and the link 4 is a piston or a slider. This piston or slider is called as a link number 4. Okay, as we discussed in a 4-bar chain mechanism, there are 4 turning pair are present. In 4-bar chain mechanism, there are 4 turning pair are present, but in a single slider crank mechanism, okay, in single slider crank mechanism, there are 3 turning pair and 1 sliding pair is present. Okay, 3 turning pair and 1 sliding pair are present. So we will find out where is sliding pair is present and where is a turning pair is present. Okay, in link 1 and 2, in link 1 and 2 means at a point A there is a turning pair is present. At a point A there is a turning pair is present. At point B means in between link 3 and link 4 at point B means in between link 2 and link 3 turning pair is present. At point C, okay, at point C means at point C means at link 3 and 4 turning pair is present, and at point D means the contact between this slider and this frame or slider in and cylinder, the sliding pair will be present. In link 4 and in link 1 sliding pair is present. The contact between link 4 and link 1 is a sliding, so in between link 4 and link 1 sliding pair is present. Okay, so there are different types of the inversion are present in a slider crank mechanism. We will discuss all these inversion one by one. Okay, inversion of the single slider chain mechanism. A single slider crank chain is a modification of the 4-bar chain. Means it is a one type of the 4-bar chain. It consists of a one sliding pair and 3 turning pair. As we discussed, in a 4-bar, in a single slider crank mechanism, 3 turning pair and 1 sliding pair are present. This mechanism is used to convert rotary motion into a reciprocating motion. As this mechanism is used to convert the rotary motion into the reciprocating motion. Okay, if we consider this image, here is single slider crank mechanism. As this crank is rotated in this direction, this slider will slide along this frame. This slider will slide along the frame. Okay, so reciprocating engine mechanism, the reciprocating steam engine mechanism is the first inversion of the single slider crank mechanism. What is the first inversion of the single slider crank mechanism is reciprocating steam engine. At point A, B, C the turning pair is present, and at point D means at a link 3 and at a link number 4 and link number 1 sliding pair will be present. Okay, as the crank rotate, as the crank means the link 2 is rotate, the slider will reciprocate inside the cylinder. The slider will reciprocate inside the cylinder, and due to this rotary motion is converted into reciprocating motion. As we provide the input to the crank, means if we provide the input to the link number 2, it will make the complete revolution, and as this complete revolution, this slider will reciprocate along the straight line. That's why it is called as the reciprocating steam engine mechanism. Okay, so this is the first inversion of the single slider crank mechanism. Now, next inversion of the single slider crank mechanism is the pendulum pump or a bulb engine or a hand pump. Bulb engine or a hand pump. Here also there are 4 links are present. See the piston and cylinder, piston rod. This piston rod is a link number 1. This cylinder 4, and this is the cylinder 4. This is a link number 4. Crank is a link number 2. Here we obtain the link number 2, and connecting rod is act as a link number 3. As it is a, and see here, if we provide the input to this hand, as we provide the input to this hand, due to the pivot at a point C, this piston will reciprocate up and down. This piston will reciprocate up and down, means in between link 1 and link 4 the sliding player is sliding pair is present, and at other link the turning pair will be present. Okay, the next inversion is the oscillating cylinder engine mechanism. It is the another type of the inversion of the single slider crank mechanism. It is also called as the oscillatory cylinder engine mechanism. Here is also 4 links are present. See here, link 1 is the piston rod, the link 2 is a crank, link 3 is a connecting rod, and link 4 is a cylinder. Okay, in previous example we make the cylinder as a fixed link. Here we make the connecting rod as a fixed link. As in previous example we make the cylinder as a fixed link, here we will make as a connecting rod as a fixed link. Here link 1 is a piston and piston rod. Link 1 is the piston and piston rod, and reciprocate, and it will make the reciprocation, means this slider will reciprocate inside the cylinder. Okay, so this is an example of oscillatory cylinder engine mechanism in which 3 turning and 1 sliding pair is present, but to obtain the inversion we will make the one link fixed, and the link 1 is fixed is in this example is the connecting rod. Means we once we make the different link as a fix, we will obtain the different mechanism. Here we make the connecting rod as a fixed link. Okay, so it is used to convert reciprocating motion into the rotary motion. As single slider crank mechanism is used to convert rotary motion into reciprocating motion, this oscillatory cylinder mechanism is used to convert reciprocating motion into the rotary motion. The next example is a rotary internal combustion engine or GON engine. GNOM engine. Okay, so here it consists of a 7 cylinder in a one plane and all revolve around the fixed center D. Here suppose we consider this is a fixed center D, then in this example there are 7 cylinders are present. The number of cylinder will change as per our need, but in this example we make the 7 cylinder in a one plane and all these cylinder are revolved with the fixed center D. Means with the fixed center D, these all the cylinder are revolves. Here we consider different links. So first link 1 is a cylinder link, link 2 is a crank, the link 2 is called as a crank, link 3 is called as a piston, and link 4 is called as the connecting rod. Okay, in the rotary internal combustion engine or GNOM engine there are 4 links. The link 1 is a cylinder, link 2 is a crank, link 3 is a link 3 is a piston, and link 4 is a connecting rod. Okay, in this mechanism link 1 means cylinder will revolve. This cylinder will revolve like this. In this mechanism link 1, that is cylinder are revolved. Link 2 is a crank which makes we makes this crank as a fix. See here, this is the crank and we make this crank as a fixed. Okay, link 3 is a connecting rod and link 4 is a piston. Here connecting rod makes the oscillatory motion and piston means link number 4, that is piston, will reciprocate. This piston will reciprocate, means there are 4 links. Links 1 is called as a cylinder, link 2 is a crank, link 3 is a piston, and link 4 is a connecting rod. Okay, so here link 2 means crank is a fixed, link 3 is a piston, link 4 is a connecting rod, and making a link 2, that is crank, will fix. We will obtain the mechanism. Okay, we obtain the mechanism, and this mechanism is called as a rotary internal combustion engine or GNOM engine. Okay, the next one is the crank and slotted lever quick return mechanism. Okay, the crank and slotted quick return mechanism, this mechanism mostly used in a shaping machines or slotting machines and rotary internal combustion engine. This mechanism is used in a shaping machine. Shaping machine means which is used to make the plane surfaces, or it is also used in a rotary internal combustion engine. Okay, the slider one, first of all we will see this mechanism and then we will discuss about this. See, this is an example of the shaper machine, and the crank and slotted lever quick return mechanism is used in such type of the mechanism. Okay, see here are different links. First of all we will find the link number 1. So slider link 1, crank is a link 2, means here is a slider, this B, if we see here, I will zoom it. Okay, if we see here, this B is a slider. Okay, and this slider is called as the link number 1. Okay, the link number 2 is a crank. This rod, I will mark it with the green pen. Okay, this B to C is called as the crank, and this is the link number 2. Here is a fixed link. This is a link number 3 is a fixed, and link 4 is a slotted bar. This slotted bar mechanism. Okay, and here we obtain one formula, that is time of cutting stroke divided by the time of the return stroke is equal to angle beta by alpha. Okay, here is angle beta and here is angle alpha. So to obtain the ratio of cutting stroke to the return stroke, we have a formula beta by alpha, and if we get only beta, then alpha can be obtained by 360 minus beta. Okay, and this mechanism is called as a crank and slotted lever quick return mechanism. Okay, here are 4 links: slider, crank, slotted bar and fixed link 3. Okay, the next one mechanism is a Whitworth quick return mechanism. Whitworth quick return mechanism, and this is the one type of the Whitworth quick return mechanism. It is similar to that of the crank and slotted lever mechanism. Okay, here is also cutting time divided by return time is equal to alpha divided by beta. Here is different. If we see here, time for cutting stroke divided by time for return stroke is beta by alpha, but here time for cutting stroke divided by time for return stroke is alpha by beta, means it is opposite to that of the crank and slotted lever mechanism. Okay, this mechanism means the mechanism called as the Whitworth quick return mechanism. The Whitworth quick return mechanism is used in a shaper machine. In this mechanism, driver crank 3 rotates in a clockwise direction with a uniform angular speed, and the slider C. Here the slider is C, which is attached to the end of driver link and also reciprocate. Means here slider will slide and it will obtain the reciprocatory motion. Okay, and it is opposite to that of the crank and slotted mechanism. Okay, this is another one example of the single slider crank mechanism. Okay, Next mechanism is called as a double slider crank mechanism. Double slider crank mechanism. As we discuss about the 4-bar mechanism, in which we saw the different types of the inversion of 4-bar chain mechanism, then we will saw the, or we will discuss, we have discussed about the single slider crank mechanism, in which we obtain the different mechanism by fixing any one link. The example of the single slider crank mechanism is the reciprocating engine mechanism, or we discuss about the oscillatory cylinder engine. Then we discuss about the crank and slotted lever mechanism. We discuss about the rotary engine. We have discussed about the Whitworth quick return mechanism, or we will discuss about the hand pump. If MCQ will ask on this topic, they will give you some example and they will ask it is an inversion of which type of the mechanism. Means they give there is one question, the hand pump is the dash dash type of the inversion, or hand pump is the dash dash type of the inversion. The hand pump is the inversion of single slider crank mechanism. Okay, they give option, that is the single slider crank mechanism, or they give the 4-bar chain mechanism, or they give that option as a double slider mechanism. But hand pump is a inversion of single slider crank mechanism. Okay, now we will discuss about the double slider crank mechanism. In double slider crank or double slider crank chain, there are two sliders are present, the slider B and C. There are two different slider are present, that is slider B and C. The kinematic chain which consists of two turning pair and two sliding pair, means if the kinematic chain is present in which and two turning pair are present, then such type of the mechanism is called as a double slider crank mechanism. Okay, so there are different inversion means by fixing any one link of the mechanism we obtain the different mechanism. There are different mechanism obtained, or different inversion is obtained, that is elliptical trammel, Scotch yoke mechanism and Oldham coupling. These are the some example of the double slider crank mechanism. We will discuss one by one. The elliptical trammel is the first inversion of double slider crank mechanism. Here the slotted frame is fixed. This is the slotted frame, means there is this plus is a one frame, or this plus sign is we make one slot of this plus sign signature in one frame, and we make this as a fix. Any point such as a S on a link BC, there is a one link, that is BC, will track out the ellipse as the block B and C is slide along their respective slots. Means when this block BC will slide up this block C will slide up and down, at the same time this block B will slide along this horizontal line, and if we extend this link BC, then point S will track the elliptical path. The S will be track the elliptical path. That's why it is called as the elliptical trammel. It is an instrument for drawing the ellipse. Means this instrument is used to drawing the ellipse. Clearly, the CS and BS are respectively the major and semi-major and semi-minor axis. C to S and B to S. The distance C to S and distance B to S are called as the semi-major and semi-minor axis. Okay. See, link 1 is a slider. Means here this block is a link 1. This connecting rod means link B to C is a link number 2. Another slider, that is slider C, is the link number 3, and this slotted frame, that is the link number 4, and slotted frame become the, means slotted frame is the fixed link. Okay, the next one is a Scotch yoke mechanism. Scotch yoke mechanism, here is also, it is a 4, there are 4 links. The link 1 is a slider. Here this is the slider, means this slider B is a link number 1. This connecting rod, means link B to C is a connecting link, or it is called link number 2. The slider C is called as link number 3, and this slotted frame is called as link number 4. Okay, here one of the 2 slider block is, that is either link 1 or link 3 will get fixed, means we make the slider 1 or slider 3 as a fix, and in such arrangement the whole frame, that is link 4, means this all plus sign is a link number 4, will reciprocate as seen in a Scotch yoke mechanism. Okay, means all these frame will be a reciprocate. Okay, all these frame will reciprocate. Here rotary motion of the link 2, we gives the rotary motion to the link 2 is converted into reciprocatory motion of the link 4, means this link, see here, we gives the input to the link number 2, that is connecting rod B to C. As this connecting rod is rotate, whole this frame will reciprocate, and such type of the mechanism is called as a Scotch yoke mechanism. Okay, and next example of the double slider mechanism is the Oldham coupling. All we know that Oldham coupling is used to connect the 2 shafts which having some distance with their centers, means when 2 shafts are not means their center will not match. In such condition, to join or to transfer the motion from one shaft to the another shaft in which their centers are not coincidence, then Oldham coupling is used. Okay, so here is an example of the Oldham coupling. Here we see here is a driving shaft, means shaft number 1. There is a driven shaft, that is shaft number 2. There is a one flange. Which is attached to this slab. See, I will show here. Here there is a one driving shaft, that is shaft A. There is a driven shaft, shaft B. There is a one flange which is connected to the shaft, means driving shaft. There is one another flange which is joined to the driven shaft, and there is one intermediate piece. Here is the one intermediate piece which joined these 2 flanges, which means this intermediate piece will fit, or this intermediate piece will transmit the motion from driving shaft to the driven shaft, and there is a one support. This is called as the fixed link, means here are 4 links are present, that is this supporting frame is a link number 2. We will go for sequence wise. The flange, the flange which is connected to the driving shaft is called as a link number 1. The shaft, this supporting frame is called as the link number 2. The flange which is connected to the driven shaft is called as a link number 3, and this intermediate piece is called as a link number 4. This is an example of the double slider crank mechanism. So what are the 3 inversion of double slider crank mechanism? The first one is the electrical trammel, means the instrument which is used to draw the ellipse is called as an electrical trammel, and it is the inversion of the double slider mechanism. The second one example is the Scotch yoke mechanism. Scotch yoke mechanism. It is the inversion of the double slider mechanism, and the third inversion is the Oldham coupling. Oldham coupling. So these are the inversion of the double slider mechanism. So in today's session, which things we have discussed? The first of all, we discuss about what is the inversion. Then we discuss about the what are the different types of the inversion of the 4-bar chain mechanism. What are the different types of the inversion of the single slider crank mechanism, and what are the different types of the inversion of the double slider mechanism. We will see the example of the all these three types of the inversion. The example of 4-bar chain mechanism is a beam engine or a crank and lever mechanism. The second inversion of the 4-bar chain mechanism is the double crank mechanism. The third inversion of the 4-bar chain mechanism is the double lever mechanism. Okay, so these are the three inversion of the 4-bar chain mechanism. Now we will see the example of the single slider crank mechanism. The first example of the single slider crank mechanism is the reciprocatory beam engine or reciprocity engine. Then oscillatory cylinder is the another example of the single slider crank mechanism. The crank and slotted lever mechanism is another example. Rotary engine, Whitworth quick return mechanism, hand pump, rotary engine. These are the example of the single slider crank mechanism. And then we have discussed that double slider mechanism. The example of the double slider mechanism is the example of the double slider mechanism are elliptical trammer, Scotch yoke mechanism, and Oldham coupling. Okay, so today we will stop here. In next lecture we will discuss the next topic.